Now, another home improvement that absolutely needs a professional, artificial turf. Brandon Johnson from Tough Turtle Turf is here with us. How are you this morning?
Hey, great. Thank you.
Good morning.
All right. Our resident pro, Greg Cantor, I know that you want to talk Tough Turtle Turf today.
Turtle.
I said it!
So I have to say, I drive to work every day, and I go through my neighborhood, and I see these new lawns going in, and it's amazing that you can't even tell the difference most of the time.
Right.
There's one particular house that I just admire every day, and I know you have all kinds of different products that you install, and I'd like to have you kind of list out, what you do.
And before that, real quick, I just want to mention, because you're going to want to get your pen, you're going to want to get this number, 619-399-2089, 619-399-2089. We're going to give that number again in a few minutes, because you can get 10% off up to $500 with Tough Turtle Turf when you mention the Approved Home Pro Show, and go.
So there's all kinds of different applications and different materials. Can you kind of briefly go through and list out the options?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you have your residential applications. We do some commercial applications. We do a ton of pet turf. So, I mean, that's pretty much the main stuff that we do. We also throw in some pavers and some concrete and things like that. But yeah, so we pretty much do it all.
And probably 95% of your work is residential, right?
I would say so. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, the residential market right now is kind of blowing up.
It's absolutely blowing up. Yeah, we're seeing it all over the place.
Yeah.
So how does someone, when they're shopping for turf, know the difference in quality turf? I mean, you look at this here, and you can't even tell the difference. I mean, you can see even the dead grass down here that makes it look like it's real turf. How does someone know that they're getting a quality product?
Yeah, absolutely. Generally how you know is by how many ounces the turf is. So most turf is 60 ounce, 70 ounce, and on up. We have our own turf that's exclusive to Tough Turtle Turf that's 100 ounce turf. And then instead of having just one color that's a little shiny or whatever else, this turf here that we have on the table has got 6 different colors. And it's 100 ounces, so that's kind of the difference. That's
6
how you know.
different colors?
Yeah, the more colors, the more 3D effect it gives, but also it it gives you a chance to not just make it bright green, but also throw a little bit of yellow in there. And the yellow is actually what makes it look more natural.
So when somebody's purchasing turf and other companies are selling a product that's, say, 68 ounces, and you have something like this, this is the one that's 100 ounces, right?
Yeah.
But why is that better than 68 ounces?
Yeah, the denser the turf, the longer the life of the turf. So, to give you an idea,
it's more durable.
More durable,
okay.
Yeah. So, to give you an idea, like most turf is between 8 and 10 years. This is guaranteed for 25 years. So
that's huge.
Yeah, this I don't know. I'm a little bit biased, but I think this is the nicest turf on the market. It's got 6 colors, 25-year warranty, and it doesn't get hot. So the insides of these blades are actually hollow inside. So it naturally cools itself with wind and things like that.
And that's why it's called Cool Blade 100?
Cool Blade 100. Yeah, this is the good stuff. Yeah.
So this is a turf that has a 25-year warranty, whereas the normal turf that someone would purchase is 8 to 10 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I would say, like, with one thing I've learned over the last 8 years in the turf business is that it's really a fine line if the job turns out nice or it doesn't look so good. It's a very fine line in turf. You've all been down your neighborhood and you've seen, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. That one, not so much. It's a fine line.
Can I tell you a concern that I have, guys? I'm going to be honest here on TV. At the cost. I mean, because if that's top of the top, I mean.
Well, and we were talking about this before the show, that this is kind of like the Cadillac of turf, but it's priced at like a domestic car, right?
Like a station wagon.
It really is. What we did is, because we believe in this turf so much, and there's so much demand for it. Every time we've had it manufactured, we've purchased 2 million square feet at a shot. So we're able to get the price point way down, or we can actually get this turf installed for less expensive than 98% of companies that are out there pushing this stuff right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course installation. You mentioned install. That's a huge part of it. You want to make sure that the company that's doing it, like Tough Turtle Turf, is doing a good job, which you do.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and I have to ask a real quick question. You were talking earlier about the putting greens, Greg. The putting greens. You guys do those.
We do a ton of putting greens.
And I know you want one in your new house.
That's what I'm getting at, man. Honey, if you're watching, I want one. Just a small one, side yard. Come on, baby. All right, we're going to get to the fan question here. Actually, it comes from Carlsbad. His name is Kevin. I want a putting green, but we have a dog that won't be easily able to keep off the green. So will my dog destroy the surface even if he doesn't dig? Or what if he does dig?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, how many ounces the turf is. A lot of putting green turf can be a 40 or 50 ounce. We can actually put a 100-ounce putting green turf in that is very, very durable. The dog can run around all he wants. It won't hurt it.
Awesome.
That's great.
All right, 10% off, up to $500 when you mention the Approved Home Pro Show. Call 619-399-2089, Tough Turtle Turf. Once again, 619-399-2089. Brandon, his crew, they can come out. They can give you an estimate. It's free to get that. They'll make it right for your lifestyle, whether you have pets, whether you have kids, whether you're a single owner. Check it out. 10% off up to $500. Thanks, man. Very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Tough Turtle Turf.